What is a situationship? A situationship is a modern day dating or relationship concept in which one person has really low commitment standards and has commitment issues, so to speak, and the other person really wants a beautiful relationship, but their own low self-worth makes them settle for what the first person defines the relationship as. So the relationship ends up just being something of convenience. It just happens to be a situation without definition, without saying we're partners, we're loved, this is my responsibility, and it's just something of convenience. We at the Inner Yats, we call these situationships. Because to us, these don't really define a true relationship and they don't lead to a successful result for two people. It always leads in heartbreak, frustration, disappointment, destroying of self-worth, etc. So I'm going to give you 4 reasons why you should not settle for a situationship in your life today. Reason number 1, believe it or not, when you're in a situationship, you're giving up on your true desires. What you really want in partnership or relationship, more often than not, is someone who commits to you, someone who you can commit to. You want a relationship where love is exchanging back and forth. You want a relationship where you understand that, okay, I need to really hold space for someone else. They need to hold space for me. I want someone who's going to commit to me, who's showing up for me, who's showing interest in me, someone who's showing me that I am a priority in their life. Though what happens in a situationship more often than not is the person with the commitment issues, the person who doesn't want to step into making a relationship a priority, they are unconsciously just invalidating you. They're just using you for, the sense of balance they get. More often than not, they're using you for the convenience of sex, for the convenience of just texting and having someone so they don't feel alone, but they're not providing you any real relationship value or relationship benefits. So when you are accepting a situationship, a situationship as we call it, you're continuously suppressing your own desires of what you want in your life. You're continuously telling yourself that what you want, your own needs, what you want to have of a relationship are not important. But the problem is, because you really don't want to be alone, you're accepting the little breadcrumbs and the little bit of, just a taste of companionship that someone else is offering you. So more often than not, in a situationship, one person tends to have a lower self-esteem or self-worth and therefore settles for the bare minimum that somebody else is offering them. So in a situationship, you're not getting your needs met. You're not feeling the sense of true love. You're not getting the other person show up for you. Maybe when they need something, you're always there for them. But when you need something, when you need commitment, when you want them to come to an event, when you want them to really show up for you, then they say, I don't think we're really there yet. I don't think we're really in that type of relationship. Let's just keep it to this level. Let's just, see other people or meet other people or date other people simultaneously. All of the things that truly, if you think about deep down inside, you don't really want. What you want is a beautiful relationship. You want strong commitment. You want to be a priority in someone's life. You want true connection. You want a sense of give and take. You want a sense of beautiful value in a relationship, and you deserve all those things. So if you're settling for a situationship, a situationship, you're giving up on your true desires. So before I go to point number 2, if you're liking where this is going already, I have so many more videos about this that are coming up. So click like or subscribe to my channel because you'll get alerts of when there are more and more amazing videos coming up. I'm going to talk about things about why we attract people who can't show up for us, emotionally unavailable partners, why we have push and pull relationships, so much more that's going to come up. So click like and subscribe and you'll get an alert for when the next videos are coming up. These will really help you out. So now moving into point number 2, and arguably this is the biggest reason why you shouldn't settle for a situationship, and it's because you're unconsciously sabotaging yourself and your inner child. Now, what does that mean, sabotaging yourself and your inner child? This kind of connects with point number 1, where I talk about, where I mentioned that you have relationship desires, and those are honest, true, innate relationship desires. Those are things that you deserve in a relationship. But when you're invalidating by choosing something that's not good enough for you, by choosing something where someone's not giving you what you need, you're unconsciously invalidating yourself. So you're sabotaging your own potential of creating a beautiful relationship. Let me challenge you right now for yourself. I want you to write down on a sheet of paper 4 things that on the left side, 4 things that you want in a beautiful relationship, okay? So you can take your time, pause this video, and then write that down, or you can do this after. Now on the right column, so draw a line, and then on the right column, I want you to write down what have you been getting in your recent relationships. And if those 2 columns do not align, what you've been wanting and what you've been getting are not aligning, what you've been needing and what you've been getting are not aligning, then you're automatically in a place where you're invalidating your own needs. you're automatically in a place where you're telling yourself you're not important. And if you're telling yourself that you're not important, you're also subconsciously telling your inner child like that you're not important. Now, you may not have done inner child work, so you may not recognize or understand the depth of what this means, but your inner child is the engine inside of you that creates the desire for connection, wants to create better relationships, that is looking out for how you express yourself and everything. And if you're taking this version of that's inside you and you're continuously asking them, hey, what do you really want? And they say, hey, I'd love this. Well, they're like, too bad you can't have it. You're going to have to take this. And they're like, well, this fucking sucks. This is nothing. Then automatically you're squashing them. You're sabotaging your own value and you're sabotaging your worth. And so as you get into this relationship or in any relationship, what you're teaching yourself unconsciously is that you are not important. You're teaching yourself that your own needs are not important. You're teaching yourself that you can't draw boundaries, that you can't choose what you want, that you can't stand up for yourself. And let me tell you why I say this is sabotaging yourself is because this energy carries everywhere. This goes into your professional space, this goes into your friendship spaces, this goes into your relationship with your parents and family. There are many famous sayings that say the way you do one thing is the way you do all your things. So if you're settling for a situationship, you're literally settling for a situationship, then you are sabotaging your own worth and value. You're sabotaging your own inner child and you're not giving them a possibility to heal their old wounds. And therefore, you're not giving yourself a chance to have a future, better, more beautiful relationship. That's actually one of the biggest problems of situationships is by being in this, you're sabotaging future relationships also because you're setting for yourself a really poor standard of what you deserve and what you need to have, which is why this leads me into point number 3 of why you shouldn't be in a situationship. And that's because you are destroying your own self-worth. You're decreasing your self-worth. Now, I love you, and I'm sitting here to say this to you and to offer you this because I want you to use this to change your life. But if you're watching this, more likely than not, you found yourself in one or many situationships. And in a situationship we just talked about, you're not getting your needs met. You're not getting what you really want. So, in essence, when you've got into this situationship itself, your self-worth was probably hurting a little bit. Your own value was maybe a little lower at that time, which is okay. Our value sometimes can fluctuate based on our wounds, how we feel, breakups that we've gone through, all of the traumatic experience we've had, etc. So when your value, your self-worth is low, at that point, you're going to go for what you see on that level of like same value of work. So you will get into the situation. Okay, but now you're in a situationship. Every step of the way, when you listen to point 1 and 2, when you're having your needs of connection denied, you're having your needs of love, of value, of even intimacy, of safety, security, commitment, all of those are being denied. Let me tell you something. It is not just that that person is denying you these things. You're actually denying yourself these things by choosing to be with that person and in that situation. And unfortunately, every time that you accept this treatment, every time you invite this treatment, you're decreasing your sense of self-worth. I don't mean to push this on you, and I don't mean to make you feel really burdened by this, but at the same time, I do want you to feel challenged enough that you say to yourself, you know what, fuck this, I need to change, because you don't deserve a situationship, and you don't allow yourself and your self-worth to be beaten every time. Because if you allow your self-worth to be beaten by the end of this situationship, going after the next relationship is going to be even more challenging. Wanting to grow into something bigger and better is going to be really hard unless you go backwards and heal those wounds. So if you're in there right now, stop. Draw a boundary. I beg you, do not continue unless you're in a relationship where your needs are actually being met. And this is what's really important. There's one thing about wants in a relationship. I want to travel the world. I want a partner who looks like this. But there's another bigger factor of needs. And those needs are really important for us as human beings in relationships. The needs of security, the needs of connection, the needs of commitment, the needs of back and forth of simple validation. You may have more needs based on your history. And if those are not being met, each step when you deny yourself your needs, you're also telling yourself, I am not important enough to be in a place where my needs are met. That's the sad part and the sad truth about it. And so every time you go through that, it's going to squash your self-worth. So another reason that I'm begging you, get the fuck out of the situationship, draw your boundary with it, say that you're better than this, or even don't even say anything. Say this is just not what you need. Even if you're going to be alone for a little while, I know it's scary, but it's better than being in a place which drags you down deeper. All right, so that's point number 3. Again, if you love this stuff, I implore you to check out some more of our videos over here. I've got so many videos on my YouTube channel about how you can work through a breakup, how you can cope through a breakup. In fact, there's another video in there. And subscribe to this, because then you'll get more videos coming to you about this stuff, which can help you grow through these situations. And point number 4 of why you need to get out of a situationship, why you should not settle for a shit-uationship. That's right. If you didn't hear it before, shit-uationship, because it's a shitty situation and a shitty outcome. Why you should not settle for a situationship is because it'll also start to squash your own intuition. It'll also start to decrease your capability to make your own choices while your self-worth is being destroyed. So your intuition is a very powerful human gift that when you have a tendency for a higher sense of self-worth, or you're in a place where you're more in love with yourself or appreciating or validating yourself, you will listen to the voice of what yourself is saying, what you need to do, what you need to choose. You will make better decisions overall. But when you settle for a situationship, remember I told you in the first 3 points, you're completely and continuously invalidating your own needs, your desires, what's important for you, what you need, and how you need to show up. And so as your worth is decreasing, the capacity to listen to your own voice will also decrease. The capacity to trust yourself will also really decrease. And you deserve better than that, because that intuition will affect you everywhere. So if your intuition and your like self-choice, self-worth, self-value is being destroyed here, in your professional relationships, in your friendships, in your connection with your family, or even in choices you have to make for yourself, you will always second guess yourself because you will not be in a good place. And this is majorly influenced by your situationship, because our relationship situations or our relationships are where we are meant to get a lot of sense of security and safety and love. So if you're in a bad place there, chances are you're going to create a difficult situation for wherever you go. You won't listen to your own inner voice, and you won't be able to draw boundaries and choose strong decisions for yourself. So those are the 4 reasons that I tell you not to be in situationships. I can think of 100, but I'm going to keep it short to just 4. If you really like this, again, click like or subscribe, and there are so many more videos coming up. Or if you really want to do more of this work to get yourself out of situationships, to increase your self-worth so you don't find yourself in these difficult, challenging, unfavorable, unhealthy, dysfunctional relationships, then send me a DM on Instagram, or you can click on a comment here and type a comment and say, I want to do the work, and I'm going to get back to you, and I'm going to show you certain ways where you can start doing like small little processes where you can start doing the work so you can heal your wounds and attract much better relationships. Much love. I love you. I'm out. Namaste.